Hello friends, welcome to the part 2 of modeling the base of a digital to analog converter. So this is the reference picture that I have created recently. So as part of this tutorial, I will show you how to create this USB-C connector as well as this kind of textured pattern around the base of the DSC. So let's jump to the Blender, and this is that part where we left in part 1. So if it might be good to have some short recap that what we did. We added some boolean to carve out this surface and corrected the topology. We verified with the subdivision and verified that it looks fine. Now what I'll do, I'll just create a duplicate of it so that we have a backup so that we can revert back or change the geometry. And what I'll do, let me just duplicate out of it and move it to a new collection called day 2. Okay, and disable this collection. We don't need for the time being, and also apply this modifier. Okay, so it is good to verify if there is a duplicate vertex. We are certain that there is no. It says remove zero vertex. If we verify the control 2 with the subdivision surface, we will see our mesh is holding perfectly fine. So now what I'll do, let me do one thing. First, start by modeling that top part of it. So in order to do that, it is better if I take a reference image here. So I have it downloaded somewhere. Let me see where that is. Yeah, here it is. So this one I have put it in this image. I have put in that front orthographic view. Just move it on the x-axis a little bit. And here I will start by modeling this USB-C section. So what I'll do, let's go to top view, and on this center, you see the third, this is the center of the object, right? So let me just verify it. Yeah, it looks center, and the 3D cursor is not there. 3D cursor is at base location. So what will happen if I put, even though 3D cursor is visible from here, even if I put an mesh here, it will not come here. So what I have to do, press shift S cursor to select it. So then cursor is the top of this mesh where I would like to add that USB-C. Now what I'll do, I'll just shift A, mesh plane. Okay, and by default I think this size is pretty small. Let me scale it. Go to the top view, scale it along the Y. Okay, it looks pretty good to me. And what I'll do next, let me think. It will be a mesh, right? So let me go to this edit mode, delete only the faces, and let's do one thing. Let's extrude it along the Z axis. Okay, until we're happy with the shape, it looks good. Maybe we can extrude it a little bit more. And next, what we'll do, we'll just select these 4 edges and we'll apply bevel to it. You can see that bevel is not happening properly. Why? Guess, because we have changed the scaling of it, right? If you remember, I added a plane, scaled it to our proportion, and also we need to verify whether the face orientation is good or face orientation good. But if my doubt is correct, its scaling is not correct. Yes, scaling is totally out of the chart. So what I'll do, just apply a scale. Once I do that, and then I have to start applying bevel, you will see that it is not behaving uh, as abnormally like before. Okay, so this looks pretty good to me. Let me go to the top view. Yeah, it looks like USB-C interface to me. And let me do one thing. Let me just add thickness to it. What I'll do, extrude face along normal. Okay, this is giving a nice shape to it. Do not be engineeringly perfect. I think even small is okay. And press Shift G, click face angle so that it selects all it. See, the lower part I cannot see because this is sitting on top of it. So I'll press the forward slash and isolate it. Now if I go to that edit mode, I can apply some bevel to it. But notice one thing. Normally, this thing doesn't just stick there, right? It is actually engraved inside. So we can do one thing, we can create a groove here, that is fine. Otherwise, I think let's do that way so that it will not cause any problem. Okay, so to create a groove, what we need to do, guys, it is very easy. What I'll do, I'll just go a step back, because before applying the solidify modifier, and then let me delete this edge as well, remove all the vertex, and put this edge top. Okay, now I'll go to the top view, and for this mesh I'll go to edit mode, control. I think to have a proper topology, I think better I scale it a bit more so that this vertex merges properly. Okay. Okay, so now let me try to or select it, control this edge, and try to do a knife project. So what I have to do, go to mesh, knife project. Okay, now I don't get this plane, I can hide it. And for this shape, let me do one thing, let me just delete it, go to vertex mode, and now we have all the topology connected to here. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just connect these edges here and here. Okay, we'll come back to those later. So what I'm doing, just merging the objects, these vertices together. So until unless we have a good topology here. Okay, uh, this is also good, this is also good. This here, these are the orphan edges, I would say. Let me try to connect it here. Don't think too much about it, because if I do like this, it will not cause any impact. Why? Because these things, these poles are on a planar surface, and having planar surface will not cause any harm. One thing I can do, I can just dissolve these edges here. It doesn't, it is not required here. And for this loop, let me do one thing. Let me select this loop. Okay, we have selected it. Now let me extrude and scale a little bit. Maybe scale on the x-axis a little bit to have it nice depth. Now let me extrude it along z. Okay, and extrude s along this, scale x along this, maybe scale on the y-axis a little bit. Okay, extrude it along z. Now what I will do, I will just apply a grid fill here. Let's apply F here, perform an inset. I think it's causing some problem. Okay, just a minute. Okay, back. So what I did here, I just extruded and filled it. And this thing, what you can do, maybe let's just verify the face orientation one more. But I always doubt that I might have done some mistake. No. What you can do, you can create a topology here. Let me see if I apply grid fill, if it is doing the job properly or not. No, let me apply face it and just insert and leave it as is now. Okay, there were lots of duplicate vertex, that's why it was not working. Okay, otherwise it was grid fill is working without any problem. So I think this is done. What I'll do, just apply some bevel here. Okay, uh, two level up thing is okay, make the profile to 1, add some external loops to smoothen it out. Same, go to the inner side of this thing, and let's verify how it looks now. I think you can agree, right? It looks pretty good now. Okay, let me add another loop cut here to tighten this edge. And now let me go to that matcap. You see, it has come perfectly fine. Let me apply one subdivision, and looks like it is welded here. Okay, so it looks pretty good in my opinion. Okay, now let's target to do that this texture part. Okay, for that what I'll do, I'll just move it a bit on the Z axis, and let's do one thing. Uh, let the subd be as is. What I'll do, I will just duplicate this thing and separate it out by pressing P. So this is done. So this will be my DAC texture. Okay. So this is that part done. If I just take you closely, see, if you notice, it is a bit extruded outside, right? So what I will do here, instead of, that's why I separate out a circle, I will not work create the texture directly on that. Okay, so what I'll create a separate mesh. You will understand, because it is twofold thing. It will not interfere with that original geometry. And second thing is that these two things I can make it as a separate, and maybe for some other cases also I can use it. I can tweak it as much as I wish. Okay, so let me just go to edit mode, scale it a little bit. I think that's more than enough, right? It looks good. And for the time being, I think let's skip with that subdivision surface, and let's go to edit mode again, go to vertex mode, and I think, let's let's apply that one level of subdivision, because it is better to have a more geometry, because it is pretty dense texture. Hmm? Yeah, now I think it should be okay. Let's go to front perspective, extrude it Z along this, and now let me apply this grid texture. Okay, so that it looks proportional to this one. So now I select all the faces of it. What I'll do now, there is a very nice thing here, poke face. And after following the poke face, what you need to do, triangles to quad. Then you will get this kind of unique pattern. Okay. Next, what you need to do, you need to perform inset. Remember, it will not be regular inset. You need to insert individual face. What you can do, you can press I again. Okay, so what I did, I pressed I again. Let me do that again. Let me verify there is no duplicate vertex. I press I. With I it is normal insert, but if I press I, then it become individual face. If you don't know that tricks, what you can do, I just right click to cancel it. Just perform I like this, and you see here there is an option called individual. So in that way also you can, if you don't remember the shortcut, you can use this context option after the insert to finally control that thing. Hmm. So next what you need to do, let's just extrude it, because sorry, scale it along that x and y, because if you play closely, these are a bit elevated, right? So I did just like that. Now if you remember, these squares have the inner part a bit smaller. Now what will happen if I try to scale all, you see these are the small triangular face, they will also become smaller if I scale all these square faces. So what I need to do, I need to separate out these square faces, make it smaller, then we will select the triangle and perform the next operation. So how to select the all the thing, we should not be doing it manually. We press shift G and area, so it has selected all those area with the same area size. Now I can do scale. Okay, now if you see, it almost matches to the shape that we are looking for. Okay, similarly we need to select these faces. I'll press shift G area. Now it will select all the other triangular faces. Now our job is done. What I need to do, go to the control, I am move to edge selection mode and do the inverse selection, so that it select all the other edges. Now I'll just press Control B, just one level of bevel, and that's it. I think our job is done. Now I need to select this edge as well as this edge, and we'll just extrude and scale little bit so that it all just about touches that cylindrical surface. Okay, maybe add a loop cut here. So that completed our this texture pattern. Now what I can do, I can let me go to the extrusion and select this thing and extrude it along the Z a little bit more. And for the same thing, what I can do, instead of duplicating, just press Alt D, move it along Z, just move it here so that I don't create unnecessary object, right? So now if you see, this thing looks very nice, right? The way it should have been. Now let's just create the bottom part of it. I extrude Z, scale it along here, and you can see it is there is some small bevel here. Okay, and now what I can do, I can just apply some material to it to verify, see if it is working. I have already created some material. Let me go to the material preview, and for this also I have another material, metallic material. Same applies for here, but there is one thing extra we need to do, as it is part of same mesh. They got applied same this kind of plastic material. What I'll do, I go to the edit mode, and if I go to one, or maybe go to this perspective, what I can do, I can let's go to the X-ray mode and select these for X. Let's increase the selection a bit more. In the edit mode, let's create a new material and assign that same metallic material to here. Okay, now if you see, it got very nicely. This looks very nice, right? Let me verify this is material. This also contains material. Maybe I can choose a different material. Let's see. Yeah, I have another material. I applied that. It looks fine. See, you might argue with me that USBC have some internet details. For this tutorial, I am not doing it. Feel free to experiment on that part. Okay, and let's me reduce the roughness a little bit more so that it looks shiny. You may experiment with applying other texture to it. Okay, for this also, let me see if I can give it a fancy color. I think it's not looking good. Okay, this is okay. Now what I can do, I can I think I have some this thing background already ready. Let me do one thing. Let me disable the reference, and let's go to that camera perspective view. Okay, and me go like this. Okay, and looks good, right? You should agree, you must agree with me that it looks nice. You play with that it's other thing like texture, material, lighting. Feel free to do that. One extra thing I can do that is these objects are separate from this, so if I move it, they will not move. What I'll do, I just select these two objects, this one at the last, and press Ctrl P to parent them. So what will happen, this object, even though I move that its child object, these two textures will move with it together. Okay, you could have made it separate also. I'm not going to judge, but what will happen that then you need to fix the inner side of it, do some extra modeling. For this small tutorial, we don't need to do that. Okay, so with that, I'm concluding this session today. Maybe in the next session, I'll show you how to model that cable part, and then we will be done with it. Okay, till then, thank you, bye bye. If you like the video, please drop in your comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thanks.